Hi, this is Katie Shell. I'm an intuitive healer and spiritual counselor. I work with several modalities, including astrology, aromatherapy, and embodied movement. This video is actually going to incorporate several of those things, but it's really focused on the idea of love and pain and joy and grief, and how we really have to kind of embody and experience all of these things, and that they're part of the human experience, and that you can't have one without the other. We are in Gemini season, so part of this kind of ties into that, because Gemini is about duality. And when I say duality, it's really being all of the things, and kind of weaving them together to create a tapestry of existence. And so it's not black and white, it's the color wheel. And it's something that becomes very apparent when we are looking into it, but it does kind of look more of that black and white sense when we're looking at pain and love and joy and grief. And so it's tuning into that energy and experiencing that energy and being aware of that energy. So the last several months for me, and I am a person who is surrounded by love. I have a complicated, weird life and weird relationships in my life, but there's no lack of love. And I recognize that, and I can't, and it's amazing, and I am so blessed and so grateful for all of it. Yet there had been this kind of pain that had lodged itself in my heart, and it felt like it was taking over. And I thought maybe something was missing. And in a way, there was a piece missing, as I've kind of come to realize. But it's not that I wasn't whole, or that I needed more, or that something was wrong. I was missing somebody, and I was missing aspects of different pieces of different relationships, and I was kind of focusing on that. More of this, less of that, trying to fine tune things with my Virgo brain, which wants to categorize things and fix things. And so I kept on seeking and trying to fix it, trying to fix it and fix it and fix it, and see what was wrong. But really, there's nothing wrong. There was nothing really truly missing. It was just that piece, that dot, that bit of pain. When we look at the yin and yang symbol, that bit of pain, that of darkness and the light, that reminds us of the light, that reminds us of the love. So that this pain that I was carrying with me, and that was being presented in a few different ways for me to kind of focus on, wasn't so much about things that were missing. It was about me being more present when the joy is there, when the love is there, when those experiences show up in the depths that they show up. Because things are equal. Love is infinite. And in order to experience those infinite sides of love, we have to experience deep pain, because it's always a contrast. We see the deep love, we see the deep joy, the expansive joy, by recognizing that sometimes there is sadness and sometimes there is grief in our lives too. And that it's important for us not to get caught in it and not to get defined by it. So tuning into this kind of piece of this experience for me, that where I tune to my essential oil helpers, friends, I put on some neroli, and that's what neroli is. Neroli, I call, is a transition oil, and it's about seeing the joy through the grief, seeing the love through the pain, and remembering that in order that the reason that the pain, again, remembering that the reason the pain feels so strong is because the love is so strong. I don't want to say is so strong. And so I was called to this while I was kind of going, what's missing? What's missing? What's missing? And I was like, hear the little voice in my head going, neroli, neroli, neroli. And I put some neroli on my heart. And it felt like, I'm going to put some on right now so I can talk about it while I'm feeling her, because my Taurusy nature, as I like to talk about a lot, my Taurusy Lilith Chiron nature really likes to feel things and smell things and touch things. That's why essential oils are so important to me, and it's in my 10th house. Um, and 10th house is how I put my mark on the world, my legacy. And so I keep on tuning into that Taurusy side of me. But with that, I was called to neroli, and I put some on my heart, and then it all made sense again. It was, this is why it was here. It's not that there's something missing or that there's something wrong with any of these relationships. It's just that there has to be these little drops of pain. And the ones that I feel the most pain with sometimes are the ones that I feel the most joy with when when they show up in the way that they show up. And I'm grateful for all of that. And neroli helps remind me of that. And this blossom, neroli is the blossom of the orange tree, the bitter orange tree. And so we see that bitterness of the orange, but the joy and the juiciness of the orange too, and the flower and the blooming. And so we've got all of these different pieces, parts just reminding us to experience life in its fullness. And experiencing life in its fullness includes pain, includes grief, some suffering, but we don't want to stay in it. It's only there to remind us of how much love to experience, to be present with the love, to be present with the joy, and to be grateful for the whole spectrum of experience, because one allows the other. And yeah, so I'm going to finish it up there. I hope this helps. Share with me your experiences, whatever, comment, the whole thing. Subscribe. That's the other word that they say on these videos. Hope this helps. Have a great day.